Welcome back. As promised, Dr. Bentley is here. Happy Monday.
Thank you.
Hope you had a great weekend.
I did.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you're new to the area, what happens is you call the number that we listed right before the break and you ask a question and then I ask it for you. It's a team effort. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Glenn from Citronelle has a question. Here it is. My 8-year-old Rottweiler chokes on his food when he eats. So I'm sure the rest of the question would be, what can he do to keep this from happening?
You need to have him checked out. Large breed dogs at that age tend to have what's called laryngeal paralysis, where they're unable to fully close off their airway like they're supposed to usually it's a neurological problem, can be a muscular problem, and check with your veterinarian about that. Not because of the choking on the food. That probably is not that dangerous. It can be if they aspirate it, but probably not because he's just going to cough it back up. The problem is more that when they can't open or shut their airway very well, they can't pant effectively, and that's the only way they have to cool off. And so if he's in there and he gets too hot, just staying outside in the yard right about now, he can overheat really quickly. And if his body temperature reaches about 108 degrees, he's done.
Oh my goodness.
That's the end of that.
And thank you for the question. We appreciate that. And leading into the heat that Dee has been talking about, and if a dog like that can't pant, I mean, that's deadly.
That is deadly. They have no other way to cool off. And it doesn't, their body temperature is normally around 101 to 102. So getting up to 108, which is pretty much considered the lethal area, doesn't take much. You know, 10 minutes in a closed car is all it takes.
So remember that before you go to work. Remember about your pet. Our friend Allison in Daphne wants to know, do you have any tips for keeping summer shedding under control? Ooh, that's a good question.
There is nothing you can do. It's going to happen. The main thing is keep them brushed out, keep that undercoat. That's what they're mainly shedding, is the undercoat. And there's really nothing you can do about this. There's lots of, food, supplements, and so forth that will help with the quality of the hair, but it really doesn't help much with the shedding.
Let me ask you this. If there's a person who, for some reason, just has to leave their pet outdoors, besides the obvious of leaving water down, what can you provide for your pets from a shelter standpoint to keep them cool as the temperatures fluctuate throughout the day?
They've got to have some shade.
Okay.
The water has to be in the shade so that it's not boiling when they try to drink it.
Right.
And but they've got to have some way to get out of the sun.
Okay.
Having a dog out in full sun at this time of year, they're going to go into heat stroke. We see it all the time.
And how do you treat that?
You have to cool them off. We usually throw them in the tub and pack ice around them until their body temperature gets somewhere close to normal, and then hope that it didn't fry their kidneys. That's usually or it also can make it where their blood can't clot. There's a lot of lethal consequences to overheating in dogs.
Okay. Especially when they're already armed with a fur coat.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Bentley, we always appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our friends who asked the question. If you'd like to find a new vet, here's Dr. Bentley's address and his phone number. You are so welcome. Stay with us. We have another check for your Monday forecast next.